What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, King Gabe. And as a certain someone said, come take a look, come on down, take a look for yourself. We're here to talk, so you probably can guess what we're here to talk about, or who we're here to talk about. Garfield! Let's try one more time. Garfield! 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 And then and if he's in the same neighborhood, he'll be joined by Alvin! Oh boy. That'd be interesting, Garfield and Alvin. Oh wait, Garfield and Alvin I think did meet up in Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue, the drug PSA crossover. So yeah, that did happen, but I mean like a crossover, like actual Garfield should, like say Garfield and Friends meet Alvin and the Chipmunks type of that kind of crossover. So yeah, that's so yeah, I'm definitely gonna tell you guys about the Garfield movie. Christina and I just saw that. Definitely enjoyed that movie. You guys got to go see it. And just a warning before I go any further into this video, I am warning you guys right now. When I start talking about the movie, it's going to be spoilers. Based on the count that I do not really comprehend how to do a spoiler-free review. Honestly, I've seen people like people when they say, "Well, I'm going to give a review of this movie, but I won't spoil it." Okay, well, whatever it is that you're telling us about the movie, you're still kind of spoiling it. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Double Toasted. Yeah, but I really don't get. Yeah, I don't see how are you not spoiling it? You're still telling about it. Yeah, now just hey, the movie was good. Go check it out. That's pretty much what I see as a spoiler free. Not saying a word about it. So yeah, there's gonna be spoilers. So just a warning. You guys haven't seen this movie. A lot of y'all probably still haven't. So yeah, if you're gonna even by the time this video finally comes to YouTube, you probably will want to go see it first. Now, of course, if you don't mind, if you've seen it, or maybe you hadn't, but you don't really care about spoilers, go on and tell me. Then that's all up to you. But if you're one that don't really like the spoilers, go see it first, then come back and watch this video. I'll wait. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go in here I'll be out for a little while. Y'all take care. Go see the movie. Okay, now I'm just kidding. Okay, but no, seriously, watch the video later if you guys. Yeah. So anyway, let's get started. There. So now we're gonna start. All of y'all that seen the movie or don't care about spoilers are going to be listening to this now. One thing before we go into it, definitely like, share, and subscribe. Also, be sure, special thanks. Also, get some of our available books like Yumiko, Star Striker, Bubbling, and all that good stuff. Just a little note. Probably there will be another update video on Yumiko number 3 coming soon there, because I've gotten a little bit further in writing that as I've recorded this video. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Also, definitely support us on that Patreon. Excuse me. Nachos and popcorn. It does a guy good. That's one thing I love about Tinseltown. Popcorn and nachos. And they're not yours. So, definitely support us on that Patreon. Just like your boy, EJ Supreme! EJ Supreme! Who are you? Why are you hunting for the key? And a little Optimus Primal moment with that shout out. And, yep. And well, might as well. And of course, Curry Sauce. Hope you didn't mind me calling it like that. Yeah, I'm a little bro excited. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, definitely check out EJS Supreme EJS channel, and also check out Big Sis Casey's channel. Links in the description below and everything, so you can go check them out. I give them a holla. Also, be sure to hit us up on that Discord, so you can hang out with us. Yeah, so even if it's a Patreon or not, you are invited to still hang out with us on that Discord and just chat. I mean, it's like, yeah, we can all just chat and hang out and talk about what you're seeing on this channel, and get to know you a little bit better, get to know us a little better and everything. And also that Markera app, if you want to got something you want to sell, you will definitely do that there. Get yourself set up on there and sell you some stuff, so your boy King Yay can see what you got and see if I want to get something from you guys. And also make sure y'all check my stuff out so you get something for me as well. So, and one other way, as Uncle say, one more thing. I just want to share this. After we left the movie theaters, we went by the St. Vincent Mall, and there was a guy in there, and sold us this here. Get you a good picture of it. It's a clean and repel. It's what it is. It's good for cleaning up your shoes. Yeah, this was a real. He actually showed us how it works and everything, and got a little code on there and everything. How it works. Yeah, scan it with your phone. So yeah, especially those of you out in the Shreveport area, definitely go up there and get you. Check him out. See, he'll show you how it works and everything on your shoes, so you can see what see how the product works and everything. And I would definitely if I can look up, because I'm gonna scan that Q code with my phone, so I can get the web. Oh wait, no, I'll take it back. Here's the website right here. So you can get. I'm tripping. So yeah, refreshshoecleaner.com there, but I'll still have the link in the description though. I do. Yep. So here it is. Refreshshoecleaner.com. Say and this so yeah, definitely you definitely want to check this out if you want some proof. These are the shoes I was wearing that he cleaned up, and they cleaned them jokers good. I didn't even it's been a while. I don't know when the last time I had these shoes clean. Well, they weren't like super dirty though, but but I mean you can tell your boy ain't really wipe them. Supposed to keep our shoes clean, but a lot of us, myself included, don't really stop to think to do that sometime, except for our church shoes, maybe. But but a lot of times we don't think about that with our regular everyday shoes. There, I'm just being honest. Yeah, so yeah, nice to see how that shine looks even on your everyday shoes. Yeah, so yeah, definitely get that there. So I just thought I decided I would mention that in this video, since we talked with him and everything after seeing the Garfield movie. Give him a little shout out and everything. So yeah, definitely check that out there. And like I say, the website will be in the description box. Those of y'all outside the Shreveport area will be able to go and see what he's got going on there and get yourself a kit there. So, yeah. Still quite a bit to say there, but hey, gotta be said. And there is quite a bit to say for this video as well pertaining to Garfield. So thing is, now what I'm gonna do, um, I will tell you about the spoiler review, for the Garfield movie. But before I go into that review, I gotta fill you in on my personal history with Garfield. Garfield and I go way back. Oh yes. So back in my college days, I was at we was at junior community college and everything, taking up some courses, trying to figure out what we would get into later in life. And I met Randy Garfield. He was getting some of our books at the school. Oh boy, I bet some of y'all probably like, wait, running to college? What in the world is he talking about? Okay. But it does go a little further back than that, though. Okay, for real, though. I'm starting to sound like Garfield's dad right now. Oh, you think you see that coming? Ooh, Gabe, you think your viewers would see that coming, that you were messing with them? So, let me get myself together here. Okay. Okay. So, anywho. So when I was a little kid, when I was a kid, I got into Garfield, most through the TV show Garfield and Friends, and also the Garfield comic books, as well as also the comics of Garfield in the Sunday paper. A lot of y'all that's come from my generation remember them Sunday papers with the funnies in them, and Garfield, Charlie Brown. It was a comic in there called Curtis and everything. I think that's what he was. His name was Curtis. Because I remember that one comic, he tried to drink up all that soda. His mama was like, "No, you need to drink some water." And she did good, but then she said, "Now you can have soda." No, don't let him get back on that soda. He drank enough of it. It is. Let's say that was the problem I had as a kid. I had to cut back. I had to get off of the soda. See, I was drinking too much soda as a kid. Me and Curtis was in the same had the same problem there. See, reading I had is the thing that made me cut back when my back started hurting. See, so back with Garfield, he was like the Sunday. Matter of fact, I hadn't even because I had the Garfield comic books. That was even a time because he also had comic strips in the weekday papers, like black and white, and the Sunday paper it would be colored comics. All colored in and everything. So I remember I used to sometimes cut out those comics. Well, matter of fact, it wasn't me. It was actually a friend of my mom's that worked with her at her school. I can't think. I want to say she was like a teacher's aide there, but I know that her and my mom, Miss Banks. Anyway, let's see. Well, it just gave her. But anyway, but I didn't give the whole name. But anyway, they worked together at the school and everything, and because she knew I was into Garfield, I used to draw because like I said, I do have drawing. Only thing, my Photoshop thing up. But back then, I drew it. I just drew a lot, and I drew Garfield comics, my own kind of Garfield comics, and some of them I drew for my mom's friend there. So I drew something for her, and she would enjoy some of the comics I drew, and she cut out a lot of the Garfield comics out of the paper for me and everything. And I remember I put them. I had them comics in a photo album. Yeah, I had the Garfield comic photo album. Even made a book out of the Sunday paper comics. Yep. So I was definitely a diehard Garfield fan. There, I even had and of course y'all should know about the Die Hard, and that's another reason I'm even making this video in the first place. Not just because of the movie, but also, you guys remember a while back ago, and I probably should put a link to that video if you hadn't seen it. The video where I dueled Garfield for Christmas after for our You Pick Live segment where he was my co-host there. It was actually a Garfield plushie, yeah. So, but yeah, I did have but yeah, I had some Garfield toys. Yeah, matter of fact, I had some that they had at Wendy's. There was a Garfield little mini plush that I had at one point. That was like about this small. I actually got from it was some kind of thing we had at our school where we could put in orders for certain things, and that's what I ordered was the Garfield plushie. So that when it came, that's what it was. It was a little, like about like that small, and it had that little smile. And I remember a lot of time I used to bring him with me a lot of places, especially when me and my Big Papa went places, and sit him on Big Papa's dashboard while he was driving the truck and everything. And he'd look up there, he's a old Garfield, the priest up there. Ooh. so Garfield's the priest riding on the truck. Well, well, that's what he said there. That's what Big Papa would say now. Big Papa say a lot of different things there. Yeah, which I guess that's where I got it from. I guess that's where I got a little bit of that from myself there, him, as well as also some stuff from my mama there. So, it kind of runs in the family. That's one thing I kind of plan to incorporate in my Yumiko series. Big Papa telling tall tales and stuff like the Golden Buffalo in the first book. Be careful fighting that buffalo. Yeah, so then of course eventually I did get the big Garfield plushie that was featured in the You Pick Live special that I had while I was in high school there in film, where we were actually dueling and stuff. Which was pretty cool and everything. So then of course we had what else would I want to say? Oh yeah. So during elementary also, I actually, when I was watching Garfield and Friends and everything like that, I actually that was actually I had Brownie around the same time. The old plush toy him way back. I showed you guys what his old body used to look like before the one he has now, which was also a small size, just like the old just like the Garfield plushie once was. And I once imagined Brownie kind of in the style of Garfield. Ladies and gentlemen, the Brownie and Friends. Dun dun dun. And this is actually, because of that, that's where this is something else I would put into the series. Brownie's favorite food is cucumbers. No particular reason why I chose that, but that was just I just thought of that at random because because Garfield, his favorite food is lasagna, and the theme song he would say, "I hope you bring lots of bring lots of spaghetti, spaghetti. Come on in, come to the place where fun never ends. Come on in, it's time to party with Garfield and Friends." Yep. So yeah, that was so Garfield kind of inspired some things with Brownie, which could be the result of the whole Brownie being a talk show host and everything, and that YouTube reaction series I had with Brownie. Then of course, eventually I made up a character of my own in Garfield's universe, sort of like how me and Casey did with our characters in Yu-Gi-Oh! In Garfield, I was called Gargabe, and I was Garfield's cousin, and even had my own version of a show. Ladies and gentlemen, Gargabe and Friends. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, Gargabe and Friends. And now first thing probably gonna come to your mind. Yeah. Well, did you have your own version of an Odie and a John? Now, yes, I did. It was a little different from how. So, since I was imagining myself as Garfield's cat cousin, Gargabe, my version of Odie was actually female, uh, which, and like I said, just say I was a kid when I thought of this. So, just in case y'all might be thinking like, "Ooh, why would he think that?" I was a kid when I thought of this. I didn't really maturity, my maturity and mindset was not where it's at right now. Because yeah, looking back at this, yeah, I'm kind of like, yeah, maybe that, yeah, that don't really sound so good. But I gotta mention it. I imagined one my cousin who was in it's on here on the channel, the Tiffany music video where she was singing "Angels Are Following," and I imagined her back then as a female version of Odie because we were hanging out a lot. So like Garfield and Odie, be hanging out a lot. Yeah. I guess like, I'm sorry, Tiffany. Which I mean, I think she knows about that though. But yeah, I'm just. But like I said, that's what I imagined. My lack of maturity there. So yeah, Blake. They just putting that out there. Please don't flood my comment section with a lot of oh my god. It's a different time back then. But yeah, like I say, my because of where I'm at now, yeah, a lot of things are a lot better. Just like so you're not gonna see that in any of my books there or anything like that. Just saying. So anyway, yeah, and now of course I had my own version of John, which like I say is kind of which was somebody different. I'm gonna for the name wise for the video protection, I'm going to call him Ethan Fox because that's actually going to be a character in my Yumiko series, but not like this. But that actually going to be a name in my Yumiko series. It's actually even within my Heroes of Dream series. So yeah, Ethan Fox. So yeah, it pretty much what I imagined was just pretty much a lot of the stuff that Garfield and his Odie and all of them would do. Don't think I imagined anybody as normal though. But I yeah, but I did. The funny thing is, I actually thought Normal his name was Normal. And every time I spelled Normal's name, I always spelled it normal. With like the way you spell the word normals. Yeah, that was that. Then of course there was one idea that came to my mind outside of the Garfield and Friends lore, which was couple of things. There was Gargabe Summer Jobs and Gargabe and the Sludge Monster. Remember the episode of Garfield and Friends, the Sludge Monster? Here, he lurks in dark, mysterious places, making ugly faces. He's the Sludge Monster. Under the bed, or just behind the curtains, he'll be there for certain. He's the Sludge Monster. If you find your food dish empty, your stuff thrown all around, your favorite toys are broken up into pieces on the ground, if you're karate chopping and kiss those little dreams goodbye, 'cause the gross out factor on this guy is high. Keep a lookout every day and night. He'll be just for certain. He's the Sludge Monster. The Sludge Monster. The Sludge Monster. Boom! Ah! And thanks a lot, John. They become traumatized. So yeah, I actually imagined that episode spawning off into a spin-off series for Gargabe. Not much really came out of that other than the Sludge Monster episode itself and something about Tiffany's birthday. So, the other one was Gargabe Summer Jobs. Oh boy. Where I actually imagined me, Tiffany, and another of my cousins having summer jobs. um, my I'm gonna call. I'm gonna just. The only reason I'm saying Tiffany's name here because of the video that's already here on the channel. But my other cousin, I'm just gonna say AJ, and say no reference to anything coming up. you'll get that later. But so me, Tiff, and AJ had summer job. AJ was a police officer, and ironic, he's my cousin, who I'm calling AJ. That, like I say, this is just a name to protect his identity. But in real life, he's grown up to be a firefighter. It's kind of interesting how that turned out. And Tiffany was working at Kroger, where I actually work. And I was imagining myself working at Sam's Club when they were, which I think it's one on Uri out here that's still open and everything. But we used to have a Sam's Club right not too far from where I'm at, a lot closer than Uri. So yeah, that was pretty much that. And then also another one, a kitty named Garfield. A kitty named Garfield. Da 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 da. So you know how there was a time where we had pup named Scooby Doo. You had Baby Looney Tunes, and then of course Tom and the Flintstone kids and Tom and Jerry kids. That's kind of what song wise that was on my mind, was the Tom and Jerry kids theme song. But yeah, you had all those little things running through. People trying to cash in on the, oh, they're so adorable. Oh, oh, they're so cute. So, it was cashing in on that and everything. They were going to do something. People would do that. So yeah, there was a lot of that, and then of course, as I was getting older, of course I got into some other stuff. Obviously, middle school was was when I got into stuff like Pokemon and Digimon and all of that there. And oh yeah, back to one few other things from elementary. As Gargabe, I imagined myself as that character in other stuff. Like Power Rangers, of course. Power Rangers in space. So a cat morphs into the Blue Ranger. Let's rock it. And also in a show called Mystic Knights of Teen-and-All. Any of y'all ever know about that show? Mystic Knights, Teen-and-All. Mystic Knights, Teen-and-All. Mystic Knights, Teen-and-All. Mystic Knights. Yep, and there's a few other things that I did other than just Garfield and Friends that I did get into involving Garfield. There was a book I once had called Garfield Pet Force, which I think that also became a show years later, a CGI show. Hadn't seen it, but I do know that happened. But Garfield Pet Force, where Garfield became a superhero known as Garzuka. I think Odie, let me look up what the other names were. But yeah, that's why I know Garfield became Garzuka. Okay. Oh, it was a film. Okay, there's the books, yeah. Yeah, any of y'all ever seen The Outrageous Origin by Jim Davis? Yeah, but that did exist. Yes. The Pet Force. Oh yeah. That was Pirate's Revenge. And I think there's, let's see, I'm trying to look up the characters here. Let me type. Book characters. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, Oh, I need the characters of the Pet Force now. Yeah. There we go. Let's see, main cat, Pet Force. Okay. So there's another unit. The internet drives me crazy. Will you stop it? Let me read. So there's another universe parallel to Garfield's universe. 5 superheroes known as the Pet Force. Will you please stop jumping? Known as the Pet Force. They let me see what they've done here now. Okay, as the Pet Force, they serves Emperor John, another version of John Arbuckle, a planet Polyester, as protectors of his throne. Emperor John is constantly opposed by the evil Vetbix, which is an evil version of Liz, trying to strip the Pet Force of their powers and send them to a ghostly dimension. John's right-hand man is Sorcerer Binky, who's actually not annoying like Binky the Clown. It's pretty much like the Zordon of the universe. Then of course, he would. So Garfield would become Garzuka, being able to shoot gamma radiated hairballs, superhuman strength, razor claws, that could rend through solid steel. Odie becomes odious. They say he has a black hole where his brain should be. He doesn't talk, just like his counterpart. He drools, licks, and barks. His abilities are super stretchy stun tongue. He can stun you with his tongue. That causes a mental meltdown. Superhuman strength, of course. And normal becomes abnormal. Let's see, and one thing is Normal's abilities is the pester power and ability to create force fields and a body temperature of absolute 0. Pretty much can freeze anything that Normal touches with. And I gotta say, I guess I gotta address this. Yes, they call Normal male in all of this, and they like especially in Garfield and Friends, because I've even heard Garfield say he's exaggerating again. But honestly, the way Normal is designed and the way Normal talks in Garfield and Friends, that's clearly a female cat. So I don't know what. Yeah, like I said, I have not. Jim Davis, I'm not hating. I'm still a fan of Garfield. You do good work, but Normal really should have been a female. The way you got him, the way you got. I'm just gonna say her. Say I know y'all probably gonna be like, but Normal is a he. I'm just gonna say her because Normal acts like because Normal is clear. The design is clearly female. It's almost like that horse in SpongeBob, that SpongeBob called Mystery, and SpongeBob said that the seahorse was female when that seahorse clearly had male features there. I don't know. I think a lot. I know it's the whole thing of them being cute and sometimes just it's funny, but yeah. No. So then of course Erlina becomes Starlina. She's kind of like she has a siren song that puts anyone who hears it in a deep trance. Garzuka and Snake are the only ones immune to it, and then she's granted the power to freeze enemies with her eyes and fly. Pookie becomes Pookie, half teddy bear, half robot. In this alternate universe, Pookie is able to speak. He doesn't really have any combat abilities. He mostly stays on board the ship during the crisis, but he frequently makes small appearances. I guess pretty much just their computer guy. So yeah, that is pretty. Like I say, that was a thing. Yeah. Definitely check that out and get more info on that. As they say, get yourselves caught up on that for Garfield history. So anyway, but yeah, there was that, and going into middle school, like I said, got into stuff like Pokemon and Digimon, of course. Really big into Digimon after 7th grade with the whole digital world and everything. The reason I'm bringing that up is because, say I'm just gonna say one of my friends that I had back then. I'm gonna call him. I'm just gonna go by. I'm gonna call him Clinton. Me and Clinton imagine ourselves in Digimon, and I did not. Now I did not. This was not a suggestion of mine. He actually said himself, for his Digimon partner, he chose Garfield. So just picture that in your mind, Garfield in Digimon Season 2. La nun. And like, especially the Japanese version. Garfield, Armor Sinkai! Doo doo. Like, a fire of faith, eh? Or better yet, as English version, Garfield, Armor Digivolve to Adramon, the Fire of Faith. Digimon, which his armor form would look just like imagine Garfield as a buffed up wrestler with a mask on and boxing gloves, but he has the metal chest and wings like Metal Greymon. And why does he have a metal chest, you ask? It's because it opens up and he fires his attack, Lasagna Torpedo. Well, he eats so much lasagna anyway. And also, with the boxing gloves, they have Wolverine claws on them. So, Wolverine Jab. It actually sounds like that would make a good wrestling move, though. I'm not saying that the wrestler would actually have claws on their boxing gloves, but maybe they might punch like a Wolverine animal. Or like Wolverine himself. Because there was a scene... I know a lot of y'all don't like Wolverine Origins because of what they did to Deadpool, but yeah, that when Wolverine was in that wrestling ring there, yeah. So, yeah, there was that, and because he imagined that, I imagined a digital clone of DW with Odie as her Digimon partner. Yeah, that happened. Odie, Armor Digivolve to Championmon, the Wheel of Determination. Digimon, Adramon, and Championmon. And then I think they had like ultimate armor forms, like ultimate armor and also mega armor forms. I can't think of the names that came from there, but the ultimate armor forms was a result of the Digi-Egg combined with the crest itself. And the mega armor forms was a result of having two crest symbols on a Digi-Egg that had two crest symbols. So, and there was one mega armor Digi-Egg that made Garfield turn into like this angel-like Digimon, sort of like Angemon, but he still had his Garfield face under the Angemon helmet. Yeah, that happened. If I do some history of Digimon videos, I would definitely go more into talking about that in a history of Digimon video where I give y'all even more about the Digimon side. So, but I just told you that there because related with Garfield. So, then of course, like I say, I just already mentioned about Garfield being a co-host on on my version of You Pick Live back in the day in high school there, and we had that duel. Check it out, link in the description. Gabriel versus Garfield. King Gabe versus Garfield. So yeah, that happened. And excuse me. Sorry about that. There. So, yeah, a lot of that going on involving Garfield. So now, let's talk about that movie. Oh boy, you guys are in. You guys are in for it here. So, spoilers. If you didn't hear me say it before, I'm saying it again. Spoilers, 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 spoilers. Don't do like Beetlejuice. So, spoiler juice, spoiler juice, spoiler juice. It's spoiler time! Now I'm suddenly imagining Beetlejuice played by Eddie Murphy. Oh boy. So anyway, so with this Garfield movie, real good to see. It starts off with Garfield waking up and everything. He starts off on his iPhone, or actually John's iPhone. And apparently pets have iPhones in these videos there. Not that I'm too surprised by that, because I mean, I can see that. But he's going through like these apps and stuff for delivery. Garfield's pretty much ordering DoorDash. I know I'm laughing, but I could definitely see. Yeah, Garfield, I think would. Yeah, as I think we got evidence that Garfield would have no problem adapting to this day and time, because as much as he loved to eat, the only thing that would probably be a bad thing is the fact of how much he orders. Yeah, because he could probably run your bill up on DoorDash. And not just DoorDash, but he does that from other, like Walmart and stuff like that. And not to mention, there's an option where he wants it like when you go to DoorDash and you say, do you want it like delivered, like do you want like an instant delivery, or you just want it delivered normally? There's an option over there that says now, sort of like Looney Tunes Back in Action when Wile E. Coyote was making that order, I think from that online order for that, I think it was like a cannon or something he was ordering, and it delivered it right then and there. Looney Tune logic. In this case, this might actually be our future. Just imagine the option on your DoorDash where you could just hit how soon do you want it. You could just hit the now button and there's your order. and it didn't come by a person either. Now there was some things that did come by a person in this movie, but this order right at the beginning of the movie came by a drone. I emphasize that because I think Sonic predicted this in the first Sonic movie when they were fighting Eggman. He said, "Can you believe Amazon was going to use these to deliver packages?" And now we see this in Garfield. I'm telling you, there's some connections in these movies here. I think, imagine we get a Sonic Garfield crossover. I even imagine John and Garfield in the place of Donut Lord and Sonic. Oh boy. So it starts off with him getting that, and after he eats what he orders, he's like, "I got a story for y'all." And that's when we go into what we've been seeing in the first trailers when they first advertised this movie. Baby Garfield will make our dreams come true. Muppet babies. So yeah, we get baby Garfield. We do see a glimpse of his dad, and his dad. And we know his dad's going to be in there, but in this scene, we just see sort of him in the silhouette, kind of, not really clearly. And we hear him like, "I'll be right back for you, Junior." And he goes off, but he never comes back. Garfield wanders out of the box, little baby Garfield, and like we know in the trailer, runs into John eating a pizza by himself at this restaurant. John's kind of looking at the other families and stuff, like, And then all of a sudden, oh, hey, little guy. You hungry, little guy? Oh, want more? And yeah, he wants more. He gonna eat the whole pizza and everything else in the restaurant. I thought for sure they were gonna get kicked out of the restaurant, but apparently, surprisingly, they didn't. They somehow somehow the people in the restaurant were so distracted in various ways where they didn't notice Garfield eating up all the food. John was able to get a hold of him finally, order some lasagna to go. That just so happened to have Garfield inside the lasagna box, because we know he loved lasagna. And yep, they went and at first John was like, well, I can't really take you home. My apartment doesn't allow pets. Garfield does those big eyes. Well, of course, it looked better with Garfield. With baby Garfield, yeah, it looked more cuter though. So, of course, John finds a way to move and moves into a house, of course. And as Garfield stated, and that's the story of how I adopted John. Of course, we moved into this new pad. I even allowed John to get him a pet. And of course, we see Odie. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely Garfield. Yeah, Garfield was definitely him breaking the fourth wall, pretty much telling his own version of the story. Yeah, that's Garfield. Yeah, so they definitely got him right. They probably in more ways than one. Garfield is pretty much Deadpool for kids. And they actually did try to make a kid-friendly Deadpool in Ultimate Spider-Man once. That was played by the same voice actor who played Terry McGinnis Terry McGinnis in Batman Beyond, and Ron Stoppable in Kim Possible, and he used the Ron Stoppable voice when he played Deadpool. Hasta Hey, okay, this. I can't really say the K word. Kind of a tick here. Yeah. So, yeah, he's pretty much Deadpool for kids as a cat. And yeah, more concerned about eating lasagna than going out fighting bad guys. Well, most of the time. So yeah, so we get that. Yeah, we see a little into Garfield's a montage of his life and everything. That scene of John bathing and also yes, he hates Mondays so bad. A whole lot of stuff happens to him, just like in one of the episodes of Garfield and Friends, when he was probably even more so than the episode. And of course, getting taken to the vet, we see scene with Liz. Yeah, and John yeah. Oh, I can see why John was having trouble getting it today. He's hung up on Liz. As we know in the comics and everything, yeah, excuse me. In the comics and everything, Liz would always be turning him down. And there were a few times in the comics where Liz actually did yeah, I'll go out with you, John. And also the Thanksgiving special and a few Garfield and Friends episodes. And from what I've heard, because even though I've watched Garfield and Friends, there are episodes I have not seen. And I do plan to binge watch that, just like a few other things I'm binge watching at the moment. But yeah, I do plan to look through the Garfield and Friends series, all the seasons. And I just gotta tell you, I've heard talk that him and Liz do end up together. I'll see for myself. But yeah, I have seen that happen in the comics. In the comics, yeah, him and Liz, John and Liz have become a thing, a couple. So yeah, and I say that to say this, Nostalgia Critic. I don't know why you got upset with the Garfield movie that Bill Murray played Garfield in, talking about complaining about the fact that John and Liz were liking each other, because you talk about how big of a Garfield fan you are, critic. Apparently, you didn't. Apparently, you did not read the comics where John and Liz did become a thing at some point. Hello. So we have that. There's the whole thing of Garfield coming out for a midnight snack. When he comes for the midnight snack, oh yeah, and he orders more stuff from DoorDash, Walmart, and possibly Amazon. FedEx. I think FedEx was in there. Yeah, Garfield be ordering some stuff, and actually, this is pretty much like the modern day version of the episode. I think it's called Sales Resistance, where Garfield was addicted to ordering stuff. You know how back in the day we had the shop, which I think we may still have that. I'm not sure, but before the internet was as big as it is, and you had all these apps to order stuff and all that, way before iPhones and all that, you had shopping channels, and hotlines like, like say for instance, if this was on TV, they'd be like, call this number 1-800 on your screen, talking real fast and everything. 1-800 order this, and also hotlines for other things like this might sound familiar. Call 1-800-551-8900 Diesel Driving Academy. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they had all that going on. You ordered on you had to order over the phone. Yeah, you had, you saw something you liked, you had to make sure you get that number down, get your little pencil paper, write that down before it goes off the screen. Yes, I would like to order your clean and repel kit for my shoes. Yes, I'll hold. Yes. I called to order your clean and repel kit, please. Yes. Yes. Let me get the large size. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. I will be waiting for it. So, yeah, had to do all that there. But now, we got online apps and everything like that. So convenient. We got the Nice Marcari app. It's not too different. Only difference is it's just we've evolved it a little bit, but yeah, Garfield's doing no different than what he's done in the show in this movie. Yeah. And I bet, and remember, John was pretty upset when Garfield ordered because Garfield ordered some random stuff in that episode. Garfield, you slam. What did you buy this time? What overpriced, useless piece of junk did you spend my money on? A life-size statue of Leonardo da Vinci made out of elbow macaroni? Don't tell me. You already have one. Garfield, you gotta stop buying everything you see. Look what you bought this week. A whole year supply of dental floss, an indoor plastic bird bath, a battery-operated battery changer that's only good for changing its own batteries. It was on sale. No more! You hear me? No more! Now, I'm going out again for some reason. If you buy one more thing while I'm gone, no dessert, no lasagna for the rest of your life. Rest of my life? Without lasagna, that could be like forever. I must do something constructive with my time. I watch television. So, yeah, that was a thing. So, yeah, they definitely referenced that with Garfield ordering all that stuff. The late night, him going down to eat late night, is a reference to Here Comes Garfield and probably other episodes, but definitely Here Comes Garfield when he went to the kitchen to get himself a midnight snack, and it's like, long about midnight, when everybody else is safe asleep, and he'll be creeping down to the kitchen of the house. Long about midnight, when nobody else is even moving, he'll be grooving down to the kitchen of the house. When he pokes his head around that corner, making sure that nobody's in sight, hops up on the kitchen table to see what the cat can drag out tonight about midnight, yeah. When that old hunger gets to stirring, he'll be purring on a leg of lamb, toast in the jam, lasagna in a pan, long about the middle of the night. Now does he regret it? Does he feel so very blue? And then he'll decide that he'll cut down, but only for an hour or two. Well, about midnight, yeah. Boy, those Garfield songs had no business being that good. they put some soul in Garfield songs, man. Jim Davis, I gotta hand it to you for doing that, man. Ooh, especially with Here Comes Garfield. But yeah, it's definitely a reference to that. Now, this was something I did not expect. In the trailer, they show where he opened the fridge and saw his dad in there. And he was like, Odie, this is Flick, my father. Yeah, apparently Chris Pratt's father was Samuel Jackson. At least, well, hey, Chris, at least it's better. Or Star-Lord, at least it's better for you to have Nick Fury as your father or Yondu than Ego. Yeah, than a planet like Ego that wants to destroy the world. Yeah. And of course he tried to show off about the fact that he had to face his father in front of Thor the Thunderer. Yeah, so yeah. But what happened that was unexpected, though? I thought when Garfield opened that fridge to get some food, I thought they were going to find his father right then, because they did show somebody get in the house. You didn't see them right off, but you heard them. He was like, wait, who got in the house? I'm like, okay, this got to be Garfield's father. Turns out it was these two dogs. Two dogs, a really big one and a really skinny one, that kidnapped Garfield and Odie. No relation to Two Stupid Dogs. Any of y'all know what that show is? Two stupid dogs. Two stupid dogs. Two stupid dogs. Duh. So, yeah, they capture them. They bring Garfield and Odie to this female cat. She's supposed to be the villain. Would have been nice if Pat Carroll was still alive, and she would have killed this role. No, I mean, I'm not saying the voice actress who did it, she did a real good job. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying it would have been. But hearing how this cat acted, Pat Carroll would have been perfect for this, especially after hearing her Ursula performance. Those poor unfortunate souls. And not to mention, we know she did a voice in Garfield as John's grandma, which if they do a sequel, yeah. That would have been an interesting choice if they did like a maybe I would say at least Garfield 2 and Garfield 3, make a trilogy where we could get a lot more of, like maybe a new version of the Garfield world, like a continuation of what we saw here, and maybe like more into characters like Liz and Nermal and John Arbuckle's family and stuff like that. Yep. So so yeah, they're kidnapped and taken to this evil cat. Yeah, she's pretty much gonna be the villain of the movie. Boy, she got some issues there. Yeah, she one short of a cuckoo's nest. One flew over the cuckoo nest. So yeah, she's all crazy and everything. Like, I'm gonna get you, guy. when they have them tied up. They're rescued by Garfield's father, so he shows up here. This is Flick, my father who left me. And then it turns out we find out that this evil feline here has a little bit of a vendetta with Garfield's father. Turns out she used to be with his gang, and one thing kept coming to my mind. I was like, please tell me that this is not that this crazy cat chick is not going to be Garfield's mother. Please tell me that's not his mother. Please tell me that his mother is not this crazy cat. Yeah, but I don't think it is. It doesn't seem like it, and the backstory between Garfield and his dad, we'll get into that. The way things between Garfield and his dad seem to have went leading up to this point, doesn't seem like she would be Garfield. And I'm pretty sure if she was, she probably would have made that known as soon as they met her and everything there. Especially with Garfield's father present as well. So it turns out she wants something from Garfield's father, Flick, played by Samuel L. Jackson, of course. And also she wants Garfield and Odie to help him. What happened was she was with Flick's little cat gang, and they had taken some milk from this place that ends up becoming an amusement park later on when they come back to it. But they had heisted some milk from there, and this cat. I remember when I used to would do a thing called What I Saw at the Movies. I would try not to look at anything, but I'm looking at something. I'm cheating. but that would be cheating. I'm a cheater. So, that's an interesting actor who plays plays John Arbuckle. Okay. Then we got Snoop Dogg in here. Okay, so I think the female cat that ends up being the villain of the movie is Jinx. I don't recognize this actress. I know Snoop Dogg is in there as one of the pound animals that was in there. A guy named Ving Rhames plays this guy named Otto. We're getting to him. Okay. Oh, Vic. Vic is the name of Garfield's father. I don't know why I'm calling him Flick, but it's Vic. Okay, Vic, like short for Victor, kind of. So anyway, Jinx wants Vic, Garfield, and Odie to do this heist as a way of getting back at Vic for abandoning her in the heist where she got caught by the pound and was stuck there for a long time before she found a way out with the help of these two dogs that are working for her now. And the thing is, when she first came there, before she became part of Vic's little cat crew, she wanted to be in the showbiz and pretty much be a show cat there, but it didn't work out for her. So she said, for the time that I was in the pound, you owe me some milk. He's like, oh, so I just get you a milk bottle and we're all cool? No. A milk bottle for every day or week or a month or something like that. So it ends up resulting in Vic having to pretty much heist all the milk from this place to pay back to get this cat off his shoulders. It's almost that was kind of another reason why I was like, please tell me this is not Garfield's mama, because it almost felt like one of those baby mama and baby daddy type of drama things. Yeah, I know. I don't really. It's not really a thing I'm a fan of there, but that's what it kind of sounded like. But yeah, like I say, this Jinx, the evil cat, was not Garfield's mother, so it was just pretty much between her and Vic. But Garfield and Odie ended up getting roped into it. Oh yeah. So that's what leads to them going out on this adventure for the movie to get this milk for Jinx. And of course, her minions are literally watching them to make sure they do it, because they actually follow them. They get to there's that scene where he's like, "You ever jumped out of a moving train?" Oh, do you think he see that coming? and they even show them jumping on the train. Meanwhile, back at home, John immediately notices Garfield missing that morning, by the fact he sees the refrigerator door open. Like, Garfield, how many times have I told you not to leave the refrigerator? And he sees food on the floor that has not been eaten. Garfield never leaves food on the floor because he always eats it. Garfield! 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 That trademark scream. Alvin! So back with Garfield, yeah, they the area that they have to go to heist the milk from has been turned into an amusement park, and there's a bull that there's a cow mascot there in the amusement park, but there's a bull mascot that actually pretty much got taken away from this park, and he stays on the outside of this park, looking in at the cow mascot, because they actually are a couple. So these people in this park pretty much tore them away from each other. The bull's name, of course, is Otto, and so they try to get his. They end up getting his help in with this heist. He's not too thrilled about it, but eventually he does after Garfield sings his theme song. I'm gonna go take a look at me now. Yeah. And yeah, so they end up going to this plan, and they get it all set up. But obviously, it's not going to be easy to get in there. And one of the things is because Garfield and his dad aren't working too well together. Because, of course, Dad, you left me. I ain't speaking to you. You don't tell me what to do, Daddy. You left me behind. But then, of course, Odie gets the idea to just tie them up to this tree to, okay, you two, work it out. And we're not untying you until you work things out here. And sure enough, they do. Odie and Otto end up getting a free show out of watching them pretty much finally break down, eating some popcorn. Literally, they do. And turns out what the story is behind why Vic left Garfield. He did not do it on purpose. What happened was he was carrying Garfield through the town, and he was trying to get something to eat for both him and Garfield. Especially to feed Garfield. But everywhere he went, the people would chase away like shoo, cat, get out of here, shoo. So. Yeah, apparently he wasn't as lucky as the dog from Lady and the Tramp, where he was able to, he had some humans that would serve him a meal there. But, so eventually he found some food in the trash can. Cats do that. He tries to go, so he tells Garfield, no, wait here. And he goes to get the food out of the trash can to find what's in there. A human shows, the waiter of the place shows him kind of a young buck, like, hey, get out of here! So he ducks and hides. Then it takes this dude just stands out here on his phone and stuff, talking for a long time, just standing outside the door. Vic is trying to wait for the dude to get back in the restaurant so he could quickly get some food out of that trash. But then, yeah. Oh, yeah, that girl on Main Street. I think she likes me. Ooh, she pretty too. Oh, yeah, if she has a sister, I get your number for her. All right. Yeah, she fine, isn't she? No, that's not what they're really talking about, but I just threw that in there. He finally goes inside. Vic gets which is a little fish, so obviously he's going to feed it to Garfield. But when he gets back, Garfield had that's apparently it had taken so long. That's why during the time he was waiting for this human to go back inside, Garfield had wandered off, and he was already, being taken in by John. He was going to, go up there and like, hey, get Garfield back and everything, but when he saw how well John was, how he was eating everything in the restaurant, and how well John was caring for him, he figured, maybe, maybe this is what's best for Garfield. Maybe and he figured that maybe the best thing for him was for him to keep his distance from Garfield, because he first thing came to his mind was like, look like John can do more for him than I can. So it's almost like how there's some parents, when they're on rough times and stuff like that, they'll put their kids up for adoption because things aren't going so well for them, and they don't want their kids to go through that there. So yeah, they say, well, no, I need to put them with somebody who can actually provide for my child. Almost similar to a Moses scenario with if them the Red Sea. So then of course Garfield grew up and up to where he is now. And yeah, it's pretty touching. Almost like the Ace the Bat Hound from Super Pets there. And Garfield's like, I didn't know that. He's like, of course you didn't. Yeah, so of course their amends are made, and now it's time they try to perform the heist to get the milk, but of course there's this security guard lady who blocks their way, and boy, I think they pretty much just took the female cop from the Bad Guys movie, made her slim and streamline, and put her in this movie. That's what it kind of made, because that's what she made me think of, that cop from Bad Guys that was obsessed with getting them. So yeah, the heist kind of goes a little south, but Vic, there's only one way that they actually do manage to get a successful victory. Vic takes these keys to get the train that has all this milk on it, and manages to escape. But he leaves Garfield and Odie behind, causing them to get caught causing this lady to end up taking them to the pound. When they get to the pound, they end up meeting up with all these cats that used to work with Vic. They talk about how Vic had left them too. And then, of course, John eventually shows up to get Garfield and Odie. All this time that he was, he was trying to look for Garfield and Odie. But he was also at the same time trying to also, call different places, find my pet. And now the scene of John when he was on the phone and stuff trying to find Garfield and Odie, I kind of relate to him here. No, I don't have a pet, but what I relate to is the fact that he was left on hold. Any of y'all nowadays that have called any kind of place of business that puts you to a computer and doesn't ever seem to have you talk to a real person, know what I'm talking about here. Oh boy, like hello, hello, you've reached the Nyan Cat hotline. To speak in English, press 1. To speak in French, press 2. For Spanish, Spanish, press 3. Good day. How may I help you today? I would like to speak with somebody. I can help you. What would you like to do? Yeah. I know computers can be helpful and stuff with things, but there are sometimes we need to talk to a person, and sometimes there's some things that just cannot be handled with just a computer by itself, on the phones and stuff. So I relate to that. Now, I wasn't exactly told to be put on hold by a computer. I've been told that by a person. And sometimes I did have to wait a while, but the person did come back. But by the computer, I've never been told that by the computer. But like I said, I have almost been driven really crazy trying to get an organic person on the phone. So yeah, let's just say I know John's pain, and that's he gets there, and you can not only, and even though he's been on the phone a lot, he has been searching the city and stuff. Cause, I mean, John looks a mess, but because he's been out searching and stuff, he gets there. He's like, Garf, oh, it's like, and there's this brief scene. I'm not sure exactly what the guard said, but first thing John's like, no, I will not be put on hold. I don't want to be put on hold. Anybody been put on hold for a long time. Oh boy. And he's like, well, John, calm down. No, let him get out his frustration. Let him get out his frustration, because if y'all have to make, calls to the places that he's made, you would know the pain this man has endured. So yeah, so they get home. Garfield's thinking like, yeah, everything's back to normal, but then something that the alley cats told him about how Vic would be watching him from this tree and stuff. Suddenly it dawns on him the reason that Vic allowed him and Odie to be captured and escape was in order to save them from what Jinx might possibly do to Vic. Which turns out Jinx didn't really care about that milk. Jinx actually sent them on that wild goose chase so she could set them up to get captured by the pound, and Vic would suffer like she did. That was her whole scheme. Wow. Can you tell this cat has some issues there? So, and apparently, yeah. Now, even though Vic didn't really know that was the case, he thought it was just the milk. But at the same time, he figured that, even if it was, this cat's kind of crazy. So, yeah, I don't need to have my son and his friend Odie in this any longer. So, yeah, let the pound catch you so your owner can take you back home, and whatever happens to me happens. So Garfield figures all that out and goes to rescue his dad with Odie's help, of course. And they even get the help of the bull Otto, promising him to reunite him with his love. And there's a brief moment where Garfield kind of dresses up with this outfit on and everything that sort of makes me. I almost thought he was finna dress up like Garzuka from Pet Force. And when he gets the rescue starts, and let's just say Garfield may not have a lot of out there on the street skills, but the resources he do know, he uses them. It's like, did you think you could take us on by yourself? No, but they can. Turns out before Garfield got on the moving train to rescue his dad, he used DoorDash to order hundreds of meals so that by the time he went off to face against Jinx and her minions, all these drones show up with different meals for him to jump on like Super Mario Brothers, and even use the food from these drones have delivered as weapons. Wow. So he even uses like the pepper in their eyes. He eats some peppers in order to breathe fire. Sort of makes me think of my Dragon Ball Z fan fiction once, where my character Gotenks ate some flaming hot radioactive Cheetos and was shooting firepower everywhere. Oh boy. So of course, yeah, he ends up saving his dad there, and there's an emotional moment where that him and his dad have that actually touches the minions of Jinx. The minions, then the minions are like, you know what, Jinx, we screw you, Jinx. These Garfield and his dad have really touched us. We don't want to be no bad guys anymore. And remember I mentioned it was a big dog and a skinny dog. The big dog's like, I'm gonna be And say, yeah, I have self-confidence in myself that I don't care what people say about my weight. I'm big and I'm proud of it. The little skinny dog is like, and I know, and I think it was his problem. He had a short attention span. Like, so Jinx was like, okay, screw you all, knock y'all off the train. He's like, but then she gets hit and falls off the train. Well, get to say God don't like ugly. So, obviously, the big and skinny dog, the minions, the big dog uses all his body itself like a parachute to catch Garfield, Odie, and the skinny dog. And then they're rescued by Otto on a rope, and then of course the cat, and they manage to make a deal with the security guard lady to get Otto's love interest back, which is a beautiful cow, to get them back together, free her in exchange for Jinx in the pound. Wow. Yeah. So. And then, of course, they all Garfield and Odie return back home, and a suggestion by Odie, Garfield's dad is invited. So now they're a big family at the end. John, Garfield, Odie, and his dad Vic. They even get visits from the other cats at the pound. The two dog minions, Otto and his cow girlfriend, Liz. Then we get a slight appearance from Nermal. So yeah, all happy ending and a bunch of cat videos. So that was what the Garfield movie was like, and like I say, it was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. Say both me and Christina, we had a fun time. I can't wait for it to come on Blu-ray and DVD, and I also can't wait to see if they do any sequels with it. I'm not sure if they plan to or not, but if they do, yeah, based on that ending, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can elaborate on with a sequel. Or another thing they could possibly do is another Garfield TV series based off of this universe. Yeah, I would think maybe that could be a better idea, because you could expand more on what the movies open up. So, and even if they still do some more movies, I want to know what's up with Garfield's mother. Yeah, I know now they actually have shown Garfield's mother in an animated special, Garfield on the Town. This is the first time that his dad has ever been mentioned. So yeah, I just want to know, even like I say, my assumption is probably something, maybe Vic was with his mom at one point, and then she had Garfield, and maybe she was like sick or something. This is just a theory, maybe, or something may have caused her to pass away, which is why Vic was taking care of Garfield until that happened where John came in the picture. So yeah, I would definitely like to know that in either a sequel or, like I say, possibly a series. Even if it's just a brief mention, just a quick, maybe it's something that you don't really have to go deep into, just a quick mention. Like I mentioned, she may have just passed away, sort of like, what they mentioned with SpongeBob with his driving teacher, Mrs. Puff, when Mr. Krabs was flirting with her. He's like, he wanted to get to know Mrs. Puff. He's like, Mrs. Puff? Oh, she's married. Oh, no, Mr. Krabs, she's single. Then what happened to Mr. Puff? And and they don't even say anything. You just see a scene of someone turning on a lamp that looks like a puffer fish. She doesn't like to talk about it. Ouch! Wow, that was a brief way to answer the question, and pretty dark. So maybe something like that in the future, if any sequels are in the air or series. But and maybe not. Who knows? But anyway, what we got, we like I said again, we definitely did enjoy and have a lot of fun with. It's definitely Garfield, and yeah, he's played by Chris Pratt. So many people got so upset with this, like, oh, first Chris Pratt was Mario, now you putting him as Garfield. Chris Pratt is not Italian. Oh, he's not Bill Murray, and he's not Lorenzo Music either. Why did you do that? Say, can we just enjoy the movie, please? Say, for far as I could tell, yeah, I've grown up with Lorenzo Music Garfield, seen Bill Murray Garfield. Now, and I'm not saying this for sure, but I may possibly rewatch that movie and tell you guys what how it holds up. Yeah, because I enjoyed that movie too, the Bill Murray live action movie, and maybe possibly the sequel. If I tell you guys about the sequel, this will be my first time watching The Tale of Two Kittens there. Because when it first came out, I don't know, I just didn't think to go see it there. I just saw that first movie, but I didn't think to see the sequel there. But like I say, hey, maybe I might do it there. Who knows? But anyway, so yeah, definitely, yeah, like I say, far as I can tell, Chris Pratt did a good Garfield. I mean, there's some people say like, well, he was too energetic. I mean, Garfield's supposed to be laid back and not that energetic. Garfield, yeah, is a laid back character, but trust me, I've seen cases where old Garfield, Lorenzo Music, has gotten excited before, especially when he be dancing on that fence. Yeah, and yeah, stuff like and yeah, pretty much his passion for food and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't see much of a difference there. So anyway, definitely enjoyed that. Hope you guys definitely have enjoyed it as well, like I did there. And, hey, let me know what you guys think about it there. Either here in the comment section or hit me up on that Discord. Just be sure to keep it kind of family friendly, just civilized. Well, Gabe, I see you like it, but I didn't quite. I don't know if that's my Garfield, And we just have a little nice chat about it. Well, what was it you didn't like in it? There, stuff like that. But like I said, keep it family friendly, civilized, and everything. Have us a nice little cup of tea while we talk. So you say you're not into the Garfield movie with Chris Pratt. So what do you think? What do you think could have? What would you have liked to see it there? I don't know. Just maybe maybe a little different in one of the scenes that you mentioned, Gabe. Have a little monocle and everything. Yeah. So yeah, definitely do that. Like, share, subscribe, and special thanks. Get some of our books. Oh yeah, get some of those there. Got some of our available books. Support us on Patreon, just like your boy EJ the Supreme. And definitely check out his channel along with Casey's channel as well, Big Sis Casey. And also hit us up on that Discord to hang out and everything, and the Marcari app. Get some of my stuff I got to sell some of your stuff, and also be sure to check this out here. RefreshShoeCleaner.com. Have the link in the description and everything, so y'all can check it out as well. And or especially if you're in the Shreveport area, just hop on over to St. Vincent Mall and take look for them and everything. Look for the guy selling these and get yourself a box. And I guess all that said, we will see y'all in the next video. And if y'all excuse me, I'm gonna go get me something. I'm gonna get me some little Italian food too. Some Christina's spaghetti, Queen Tina's good spaghetti. And just have to make sure Garfield don't come back, because we might not have no leftovers if he get a hold of her cooking and end up eating the whole pot. We matter of fact, we might not even get anything to eat. Yeah, I think, yeah.